Sorry, I had to change my OBS here a little bit. Talking to myself for a little bit. I do have some marked out highs, some marked out lows here on the chart. See those if I zoom out. They're quite a ways away, and then we obviously have the orb set up here. My bread and butter. Got this fair value gap kind of inside here, which means we could. I'm kind of leaning towards a bullish bias here, just because we have the. Although it is a. If I zoom out here, it is a. Or was it? I think it was an hour. It is a bearish fair value gap. However, overall, the market is pretty bullish here. You can kind of see it. I'm in this uptrend. But we'll see. I'm going to try to live in the 5-minute here just because it can get kind of hectic on these charts for sure. So we do have another one right here. Small one on the 5-minute. That is a bullish. Like that, kind of hovering right on that line. It is testing the bottom here. Quite heavy though. Zoom in here a little bit more. We broke through, but obviously I want to see it close. My strategy is not changing just because it's a different chart. I want to see this candle close. We got about 3 minutes for that, so we're just going to stay patient right now. But this is my first futures chart. I'm definitely going to take it slow. Like I probably won't be using any more than one contract. About 1 minute until this candle closes here. To close out in 15 seconds? Guess we'll find out. This was a true fair value gap. Wouldn't have been bad to maybe enter here and ride it to the top of our orb. However, I don't know how to really feel about fair value gaps / inverse fair value gaps, because I feel like maybe I'm just not hip enough. Or maybe I just don't know. But I feel like, okay, we have a fair value gap here, right? Like there's one right here, like a bearish one, because it's going down. It's red. Yeah, this wick closes right here. But it's like, I just feel like I see people be like, oh, it's a fair value gap, right? So they'll mark this out. And then let's say these break through here and then continue to trend downwards, instead of it being a fair value gap where it's like, hey, it's going to come in here. It's going to, or let's put it this way, right? If this is a bearish fair value gap, they're like, okay, well, when price comes back up, like right here, right? You see how it comes back up into the gap? They're always like, oh, yeah, you see it's a fair value gap. We can buy in right here. But then it breaks it and then it goes up. And instead of being like, oh, it's not a fair value gap, they're like, oh, no, it's an inverse fair value gap, which is like, I feel like that's kind of tough just because it, you're just calling it whatever happens, right? Like, how else do I explain that? Does that make sense, though? It's like, oh, it's a fair value gap until it's not. Or it's a inverse fair value gap until it's not. And that just seems like a tough way to trade, especially if you want to go in. Like, if you go into it with the assumption that it's a fair value gap, so you put money on the line, but then it doesn't help the trade because it was an inverse fair value gap. Well, it's like, what the gonna have to wait to see if it gets up to one of these or not. Just kind of looking around the chart on higher time frames, seeing if I can pick anything out here. Could also be a pretty important low. I'll mark all of these out just in case. One day I'll get really good at trading the kind of inside chop here. One day. I do got to remind myself that like a lot of the times if something gets rejected outside, it'll kind of hard reverse the other way. You know what I'm saying? So since we got this here, where it looked like it wanted to go low, and then climbed all the way back up before closure, I feel like a lot of the times that can kind of catapult it the other way. Here's the 1 minute. We'll watch the 1 minute for a little bit. A little bit. Now that I think about it, there was a strategy yesterday with this orb where you wait for this to close, right? Change the color. Oh, I just removed that. It's all good. So there is this strategy. I control. Yeah, okay. I want to change the color, not remove it. All right. Bring the opacity down so you guys can see this. There is this strategy with the orb actually, where you can go candle body on the close down. So see on the 1 minute how we did get a closure beneath this orb level right here. Is you can drag this all the way out and then you can play the inverse, right? So buy right here when it comes back in on the closure of this candle. And then from here, kind of ride it up. Now we got a major pullback coming back, but you could have had a trailing stop loss all the way up here. You know what I'm saying? This is maybe it's something that we could look to bounce off of right here. Okay, we have this higher time frame. We have this kind of coming down and testing here. But it looks pretty interesting, man. You take the closure candle in the 1 minute, and then you draw a box, extend it, and then you buy on the closure of that. So it'd be like, technically, I guess it'd be here. It looks like it kind of closed here, but this is for sure closed. So you could buy right here and just kind of ride it up. I'm not seeing a whole lot that tells me it's going to break through the top though here. So I almost kind of want to put in a short here at the top. To see with these small candles, kind of like going up, stuttering down, going up, stuttering down, coming up, it's stuttering down again. Maybe it's coming up, down. Be interesting to see if it can keep that momentum though, that pattern up. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Why we always wait for it, you know? I've really just been sitting here waiting, man. I'm not gonna lie. A little ways away from the orb. We are kind of in the. We touched it once though. It's kick out. We have a lot of support here though. We have the fair value. We have the high frame. Excuse me. High time frame fair value gap. We then have the closure on the 1 minute candle outside of the orb. And on top of that, we do have VWAP here too. Almost kind of want to do something like this. This right here on these lows. I don't know if this is smart or if I'm just like chasing a trade right now. I feel like it can't be that bad, especially now that we have we have a little bit of a resistance here actually at this line. I'm gonna hold, boys. I don't know, dude. I don't feel confident, but yep. Here we go. It is holding, man. We'll see. I don't feel confident in taking this, but you guys see the trade idea, right? Like here's our VWAP. Here's our rectangle from the breakout candle down outside of the orb. And then here's our high time frame fair value gap. What I wanted to do was take this take profit right here. Go down to this low here. Oh, yeah. We are pushing orb now, though. We got 2 minutes on the 5-minute candle. Minute 30. See if it breaks through here or not. If it does, we can look for a short opportunity. Looks like it is. Oh, big rundown. Wow. Wow, it's really going. I might have missed it, though. I don't want to buy in all the way down there that far away from the orb. You know what I'm saying? Volume is beautiful, though, to the downside.
Order filled.
All right, we're in. Come on, baby. Is this too far of a take profit down here? That's my question. I got to start planning out my take profit now. Is this too far? 3-1. Well, that should be okay, right? Ride this out. I think this is what we're looking for right here. I think this is what we're looking for. Place it right there on that horizontal line right here. So we have our stop up here on this on the breakout candle. Got in at the bottom of the breakout candle. And we're hoping it pushes down to this low. Pre-session low. What point do I start looking at break? Now? Should I move my stop loss up now? Let's go, bro. Come on.
Order
Let's
filled.
go, man. We're up 111. Let's go, dude. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That worked out. That worked out really well. Now, what could have been a really good plan? Like, this is first day ever on futures. You know, like wasn't trying to get ahead of myself, but what we could have done is gone in with at least 2 contracts here, taken out maybe 1 contract here and let the rest ride. You know, we could have been up big if we did that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we'll take $100 trade. I know, like, people, especially people who are trading Yours are like, dude, $100, you know, like that was one contract. You're on mini, you know, and it's like one step at a time here, man. You know what I'm saying? One step at a time. Heck yeah, man. We're up $111. Let's go. I wonder if it's gonna come down here and take this out too. It might. It really might. Orb strategy paid off there, man. So what would have this been if I? Yeah, I mean a 6-1, 6.2-1. It looks like it might carry all the way down here too, which is crazy, but that's pretty wild. Like here's the emotion. Like this is, you know, personal journal, except, you know, it's just video, kind of like you know, think like Interstellar, you know, little vlog journals. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, the FOMO's kind of hit me right now. You know, like we could have made more money here. If I went in with two contracts instead of one, you know. But at the end of the day, you got to be happy with what you got. I just made $111, which the grand scheme of things, if you're like brand new to trading, you're probably like, dude, you just pocketed $111 in like a couple minutes. But number one, I'm on a combine, so this is all like simulation. I'm using Top Step right now, which is like, it's a firm where you can basically become a trader for them, right? So like in beginner terms, I am doing a trading combine right now, just like the NFL combine, right? Or like really any draft combine, right? Like I have to prove myself first. And so I have to make X amount of money. I think it's 3K total within the next 30 days, I think. Which we're tracking that, right? $100 times 30 is 3K, you know? So we're on pace, you know? Like I know a bunch of people do this in like 2 days, you know, in three days, but I'm not experienced, you know what I'm saying? So I'm basically in a combine trying to prove myself right now. And then if you pass the combine, they give you a real account. The account I'm using right now is $50,000. That's why it's like $111. That's why I went from like trading like $3 last time to $100 now. Is this is a $50,000 account, right? So, if I can prove myself, if I can stay above water and not disqualify myself by losing money, wow, is this gonna be the new resistance? Is this low gonna be the new resistance? But yeah, I went on a tangent there, but um, I'm giving the prop firms a shot, and I know, like in the grand scheme of things, $100 ain't all that. Like that's not a big trade in terms of prop firms, in terms of futures, you know, in terms of trading the future contracts, that type of thing. But it's a win. You know, we're in the green. We read the chart right. We sat on our hands. We waited for the pullback all the way down. As soon as this closed, it felt really good because VWAP was right here too, right? So it closed. It had a strong closure with a lot of volume here. You can see this right here. And then it broke below VWAP too. So went ahead, put something in. This is where we bought in at. Set our stop loss right above this candle just in case it did retest and push back through our orb. And it just continued to go down. We set our take profit right here on this pre-session low. It cracked through there. Now it's kind of bouncing back up, but it's testing here, right? So like if I was like really greedy right now, what we could do is like wait, see if it keeps testing this a little bit and then try to short it back down to this one. You know what I'm saying? it might kind of just float here a little bit and then decide to go back down. It could obviously come back up too, right? But a lot of high selling volume right now. I wouldn't be surprised if it continues to trend downwards here. Let's say we were about to take another short position. Let's say we bought in right here. Maybe stop loss right there. Be another 2 to 1 trade. We buy in right here off of this resistance line and then carry it down. Am I getting greedy though? That's the question here. Am I getting greedy if I put in another sell order right here? The 2 to 1. Maybe we should have. Oh, dude, I'm reading this chart so well right now, boys. I say that until we bite the dust here. Dude, I kind of want to do it, bro. At this point, though, if it climbs all the way back up, like I might have. Did I miss it? Is kind of what I'm thinking right now. Like if I put in an order right here, right? Right here. By the time it climbs all the way back up, we think it might have enough momentum to break through this. Yeah, and there it goes, man. You know? Dude, we had the read. We definitely had the read. You kind of just see it kind of get stuck right here on this pre-session level, right? Saw it kind of get stuck here. All of that momentum going down, it kind of came back up, tested this, didn't like it, and pushed all the way back down. So I think we missed this trade. It's all good though. We're up 111. Now, the sad reality is, if I do want to cash this combine, I will need 3 divided by 111.76, which is what we won today. Made today, not won. What the fluff is this gambling? We made that ish. Look at it. Look at this, by the way. Came down, touched. We could have closed out right there too. I would need to make 26 $111 trades. So sadly, we're gonna have to start upping the ante here a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I read this chart really well today. I mean, let me go ahead and close this out. This trade's done. But man, heck yeah, bro. Could I have gotten more? Absolutely. Could I have taken 2 contracts, sold one here at the first TP, and then rode it down to the second TP? I definitely could have. And maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe 1 contract. Maybe we'll go 2 contracts next. What is it? Monday. Today's Friday. So maybe Monday morning, we'll start with 2 contracts and go from there. Also, could I have rebought in here? Yes, I was definitely hesitant. I was more hesitant about this just because I'm an orb trader, right? And once we're outside of the orb, once we're outside of the 15-minute high or the 15-minute low, it's hard for me to justify to myself to get back in. I think this would have been a great setup though, just because we can kind of take this as the orb now, right? Like this is kind of the new range. And once it started topping up here, like I was saying earlier, when something fails to break through a lot of the times, it reverses the complete opposite way, right? And that's exactly what happened here. Is we broke down through here, kind of stalled a little bit, worked up, tested this new resistance to break through, Didn't like it here for 1, 2, 3 for 3 minutes. And then decided to dump back down to our second TP. Now, I have a third low marked out here too, right? From I think a long time ago. Oh no, sorry, this is yesterday. I forgot I'm on the 1 minute time frame. So there's also a yesterday low, right? So we could in theory see this break all the way down to our to a third take profit here. And what we could do, I hate feeling like I'm getting greedy, but what we could do is the same thing here. Right? Something like this. We'll see what it does at this line here. Bounced off. Look, it wants nothing to do with this. I want to see what this candle does, to be honest. I want to see what this candle does in the next 30. Yep. So this resistance might become a support line here too. Which is what I thought might happen up here, right? There's a chance to close below though. Wow. But yeah, you see the difference here? These three candles came up, test, 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 and then went down. See how this closed and then tested, passed. But here we are we are pushing to the downside again. See what this candle does. Doesn't like going up, man. It's riding that line right now, huh? Sheesh. Kind of bummed I didn't take this one, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I thought about it. I really did think about taking this right here. Hey, remember that? Remember this fair value gap on the high time frame though? It was a bearish fair value gap though. So even if it does somehow make a push all the way back up here, it could be another buying opportunity later in the day. Come up here, maybe set like a buy or a sell limit right here, and then repeat the whole process again. All right, well, shoot, man, I've just been sitting here watching this chart. Almost 11 o'clock, which means it's about time for me to get out of here for the day. Shoot, man, really good day. We'll take that. Up $111 on the Top Step Combine account. But you know, we'll take for only doing one contract, you know. First day ever. Love to come out in the green for sure. I'm thinking we might bump it up to 2 contracts just to see, you know, just to see what's up. See if we can maybe make a little bit more moves like that, and capitalize a little bit more off of them. Yeah, man. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you learned something. We're in this together. And stay after it, huh? Without further ado, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll see y'all later. Peace.